Doctor Who The Ice Warriors, the 10th story of the second Doctor, is written by Brian Hales and starring Patrick Troughton, Fraser Hines and Deborah Watling. So apparently, despite part 2 and 3 are missing, as of time of recording, they still existed in BBC archives and they managed to recover part 1, 4, 5 and 6 in 1988 in Villa's house in Ealing, only because everything was being cleared out while BBC Enterprises was in the middle of moving out of the building. Oh yeah, you may notice that the word episode has been removed, so it's just numbers and words. We got a nice opening with a female choir sound. So the story begins with the staff in Britannicus base struggling to control an ionizer, and a couple of scientists finds an ice warrior frozen in ice. So the TARDIS arrive outside, tipped over, as the Doctor, Victoria and Jamie climbed out, and they noticed a door made of plastic. So they go inside the mansion as Victoria describes, just like hers. The TARDIS team gets given a badge, so the Doctor lets himself in the ionizer control room and helps the staff to control the ionizer. Even the Doctor isn't qualified. Clint was amazed with his techniques. As the Ice Warrior frozen in ice gets taken in control center, the Doctor knew that something wasn't right because of electronic connection, so he goes off to warn Clint. And I love the way Jamie and Victoria were discussing the outfits when Victoria disapproves what Jamie says about laces. We get an intense cliffhanger when the ice is melting and an Ice Warrior was moving. So in the missing episode part 2, Jamie gets knocked out and Victoria gets taken away by an Ice Warrior. So while Clint asked the computer to accept the Doctor as part of the team, the Doctor came in, tried to warn them about the helmets that's possibly from outer space. Poor Victoria gets questioned by an Ice Warrior called Varga and insisting her to help him to find the ship and other Ice Warriors. So they went to pick up the black boxes. Clint gets knocked out. Penley came in after Varga and Victoria went out as he's looking for drugs. So the Doctor came in and helped Clint and asked Penley where Victoria is. After Jamie informed the Doctor, Victoria and Varga arrived in the glacier. Varga uses his sonic gun to melt the ices and we see few Ice Warriors. I really do like the title music for the other parts as well. It really fits in with the atmosphere. While the Ice Warriors got free, Arden blames himself for Davis's death, so he and Jamie left to go to the cave while Varga thinks people tried to attack the Ice Warriors and Victoria denies it, so they use her as a bait for a trap. The Doctor works out the calculation to save the base by doodling on the floor and looking at scrap papers. He also reminded Clint that they haven't heard from Arden for a while, so Arden and Jamie examines the cave. The Ice Warriors shot both of them. Victoria is grieving and gets taken inside. Penley finds out Arden is dead, so he covered his body and Jamie is still alive. So he gets taken to Plant Museum and Jamie is unwell and worried about Victoria. So Victoria went outside while being watched by Ice Warriors. She goes on the communicator to the Doctor and Clint asking for help. So the Ice Warriors prepares to use a weapon against Victoria. I do like the animation. This is the first Doctor Who story with animation I've watched. I was unsure about watching it at first, but then it's like watching cartoons like The Simpsons, Spider-Man animated series, Scooby-Doo and so on. Bernard Bresslaw played Varga, a leader of the Ice Warrior group who's been around on Earth since prehistoric. Ice Warriors are reptilian humanoids from the planet Mars, wearing suit of armour, and I think they're pretty cool. I do like the Ice Warriors, and Bernard's did a fantastic job. Roger Jones, Sonny Caldenas, Tony Harwood, and Michael Atwell played Zandal, Turok, Rinton, and Isbur, who are the Ice Warriors in this story. The production office wanted to create a recurring monsters besides Daleks and Cybermen, so Brian Hales created a monster by interest of Mars and drawing it from newspaper reports of a baby mammoth found in 1900 in the Siberian ice, and said that the Ice Warriors are cybernetic creatures. But Martin Bohr is concerned about the Cybermen ripoff, so they get designs looking like a reptilian humanoids with a Viking-style helmet. And I think Patrick, as always, is a fantastic Doctor, absolutely classic. I do love Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon. I'd buy him as one of the Doctor's best friend. And I do love Deborah Watling as Victoria Waterfield. Her acting is brilliant when she shows her fear of the Ice Warriors. Peter Barkworth played Clint, who's the leader of Britannica Space in the year 5000. who only trusts computers over humans. Wendy Gifford played Jan Garrett, who's Clint's assistant. George Waring played Arden, who's an archaeologist. Malcolm Taylor and Peter Diamond played Walters and Davis, who's also Clint's assistant. Angus Lenny played Storr, a scavenger who lives in a plant museum. Peter Sellers played Eric Penley, a scientist. Roy Skelton voiced Eco, the computer in Britannica Space. The cast did a great job. The sets and atmosphere are pretty well done for its time and low budget. Dudley Simpson, as always, is a fantastic music composer. It's well written and directed. So Varga decides to allow Victoria to talk first. She tells the Doctor and Clint about the Ice Warrior, so then Varga orders an Ice Warrior to recapture her. So the Doctor creates ammonium sulfide, which will be toxic to the Ice Warriors. And I love the scene where Victoria runs through the cave with the drumming soundtrack. It really fits in. So as the Ice Warrior grabs Victoria, the snow rock fell on them and crushed the Ice Warrior, and Victoria is alive and stuck as she calls for help, and we learn that Jamie is paralysed, so he can't move. Storr finds Victoria and set her free, so she tells him that the Ice Warriors are against the scientists. As he offers the Ice Warriors to help, he gets killed. So Penley finds the Doctor and takes him to see Jamie. So he communicates with Clint to tell everyone that he's making contact to the Ice Warriors. So as the Doctor goes to the door, he refuses to answer their questions unless they answer his question. So Varga decides to set the air pressure in the airlock where the Doctor is to 0, pretty intense. So the Doctor agrees to answer their questions, and it was funny when he walked in, and then as he noticed another Ice Warrior, he tried to walk out but the door closed.
Thank you very much. That's very civil of you. Oh my word. You claim to be able to help us.
We get a creepy moment where a wolf howls and there's a bear. While Penley drags Jamie, it's so scary when the bear attacks Penley, but at least he tranquilizes on the bear. The Doctor tries to give the Ice Warriors the information about the engine blow-up, but the Ice Warriors won't either confirm or deny about making up of their engine. Computer tells Clint and his crew to wait, prepare the ionizer, and contact will control. Finally, it's got logic. So Victoria pretends to cry for distraction, but as Varga tries to press the fire button, the Doctor is struggling to move his hand away. So Zandal caused the trigger damage. Varga orders Clint and his crew to surrender or they will fire again. Walters was about to attack the computer, but Garrett stung him, so the Doctor wires the sonic gun, while Ice Warriors are keeping Clint and his crew hostage, and Penley and Jamie lying on the sick bay, so Penley turns the heater up, which disturbed the Ice Warriors. So after the Doctor fires a cannon and causing control room damage, Victoria goes straight back to the TARDIS because apparently Deborah wasn't available to film the rest of her scenes in part 6, which I have no idea, but never mind. So after the Doctor helps Penley up and crew waking up, the Doctor suggests not to trust the computer because of its problems. So everyone operates the controls. Ice Warrior's ship has got destroyed with the Ice Warriors inside. So in the end, Clint thanked Penley, but didn't thank the Doctor and Jamie as they've already disappeared off and the TARDIS dematerialised. So yeah, I think the story works really effectively. Like I said, the sets, costumes and everything is nicely done. I really enjoyed the story. What did you think of the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks as always for watching, people. See you in the next video.